We, South African taxpayers, are made to fund not one, not two, but multiple of the luxury and lavish trips of Dean McPherson and his boyfriend to popular LGBTQ holiday destinations over and over again. According to the allegations made against the DA's Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Dean McPherson, he and his boyfriend are reportedly costing taxpayers hundreds of thousands or maybe over R1 million already in a series of highly expensive and luxurious international trips to the most exotic Mediterranean and tropical destinations with his boyfriend. In June 2025, the GNU Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Dean McPherson, took a 9-day trip to the tropical South American country of Brazil to attend the BRICS Urbanization Forum, an intergovernmental association where BRICS countries discuss urban development, housing infrastructure, city planning, transport, public works, climate resilience, and how to manage rapidly growing cities. Now, for a South African Minister of Public Works, this wouldn't seem like an odd thing to do, but here's the rub. He had to take his boyfriend along on this 9-day trip, which alone ended up costing taxpayers over 350,000 rands, or for our American viewers, around 25,000 US dollars. Despite the fact that he took a boyfriend along on a government-funded trip to a meeting that he really had no business attending, and despite the fact that this trip racked up such an extraordinary bill, McPherson faced no disciplinary action by the presidents of the cabinet or even his own party, and there was no finding of wrongdoing on his part. Yet, now details are emerging of another expensive trip he and his boyfriend took just a few weeks later to Spain, once again on taxpayer dimes. In light of these fresh allegations, the question needs to be asked: how much is Dean McPherson's gay boyfriend's luxury vacations across the globe actually costing you and me who are paying for it? And why are we forced to keep paying for it in the first place? Why is he allowed to do this? What does his boyfriend do that justifies taking him along? Why is his boyfriend even going along? He doesn't even work for the government. McPherson has been one of the Democratic Alliance's fastest rising politicians of the past 15 years. Unlike many of the current senior DA leadership, McPherson did not come from student politics or from academia, but entered politics through local government, where he built a bit of a reputation as an aggressive opposition politician. He served as ward councillor in the eThekwini municipality from 2009 to 2016. After he won a seat in a by-election held in Durban North. At the time, McPherson was only 24 years old. By 2013, at the age of just 28, he was already the DA's chief whip in the eThekwini municipal government, and a year later in 2014, he was promoted to parliament following the general election that year. In 2021, he was officially elected as the DA's provincial chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal. And just a mere 3 years later, he unexpectedly assumed the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure portfolio in Cyril Ramaphosa's third cabinet. He was appointed as one of the DA's only 6 ministerial portfolios, along with John Steenhuisen, Siviwe Gwarube, Leon Schreiber, Dion George, and Solly Malatsi. Interestingly, at the time both McPherson and Dion George were appointed as the first openly gay men to serve in the cabinet of South Africa, preceded only by Lynn Brown, who had become the first lesbian to serve the cabinet during the reign of Jacob Zuma. During his time as minister, the international trips with his boyfriend haven't been the only point of scrutiny that McPherson faced, however. In an incident in July 2025 that took place outside the Pietermaritzburg High Court, McPherson referred to Action SA supporters as Amapara, a Zulu word used to describe gangsters and drug addicts. Ironically, for this little incident, he was actually reprimanded. calling them gangsters or drug addicts was way worse, according to his own party or the government, than taking luxurious trips with his boyfriend to all of these lavish locations overseas. But by far his lowest and undoubtedly most shocking moment as Minister of Public Works came during Nampo, the agricultural show last year, where he openly defended the downright communist property expropriation without compensation policy of the ANC. Take a look at this.
Yes, because this act introduces aspects that were absent also from the 1975 Act, including the fact that public interest can be a cause for expropriation. It also introduces for the first time explicitly into South African law the notion of expropriation without compensation.
No, that's not correct.
With nil compensation.
Nil compensation. And you see, that is an important point that you said, because people confuse an unlawful act of expropriation without compensation as expropriation with nil compensation. Nil compensation is clearly defined, and they're not the same thing.
And now, allegations have surfaced of a second trip that Macpherson and his boyfriend allegedly took to Spain in October last year, with taxpayers, you and me, again footing the bill. But what makes this even worse than the one to Brazil is that the justification for the trip was a supposed meeting with the South African ambassador in Spain, Sankey Mtebi Mahanyele. Yet, that meeting never took place. Sankey Mtebi Mahanyele did not meet with Macpherson or his boyfriend at all. So why was he in Spain with his boyfriend? What were they doing there? According to him and whoever paid the bills, it was for government work, having a meeting with his ambassador, but the meeting never took place. So was he just going to Spain for a holiday, or what was going on? This was revealed by a prominent X account with an absolutely massive following of nearly 2.5 million people, and which is known for revealing insider information about the dealings of the South African government. According to the information obtained, as well as by the famous YouTuber Ronaldo Gous, what happened here was that Macpherson originally filed for this private family trip to Spain in late August of 2025, before Macpherson's Chief of Staff Michael Baileyveld reportedly informed officials less than 2 weeks before the departure for this holiday that the minister was required to attend a meeting with South Africa's ambassador in Spain. This, of course, resulted in the trip being shifted back to the minister's official government program, which made this a government trip, and the government had to foot the bill, or actually you and me, the taxpayers, had to foot the bill. Then, as we said earlier in the video, this supposed meeting never took place, but Macpherson's little holiday was paid for by you and me. While there is no official investigation into all of Macpherson's trips yet, and while some of the allegations still of course have to be confirmed, the trend that is emerging from Minister Macpherson in terms of taking his partner or his boyfriend to popular exotic tropical and Mediterranean holiday destinations such as Brazil and Spain is an extremely worrying sign for you and me who have to foot the bill every single time. Both of these destinations are known around the world as being two of the world's most popular so-called LGBTQ holiday destinations, which really begs the question of why exactly Macpherson and his boyfriend were so eager to take these trips to these particular destinations. But more importantly, the question we as the taxpayer of this country ought to be asking is, what are we actually paying for ministers such as Macpherson and potentially even others as well to just take along their romantic or sexual partners on all of these holidays all over the world, to go to party and have a good time in exotic holiday destinations abroad? Because at the moment we only know that they have indeed traveled abroad together at the taxpayer's expense, but we cannot yet confirm how many times they did so that we don't know about, nor can we confirm to which destinations they also traveled together, nor how many of these travel plans we the taxpayer had to pay for. The hard-working taxpayers of this country deserve answers and transparency in this matter. We demand transparency when it comes to all of our cabinet ministers, whether they be ANC or DA or whatever other smaller party they might belong to, and their frequent, highly expensive trips abroad. Why exactly are they going there? For this very reason, we at the Willem Petscher Group last year did a video on the fact that some of the ministers in this Government of National Unity take holidays at the taxpayers' expense, which costs more per day than most of the citizens in this country make in a full year. Check out that full report by clicking on this link appearing on your screen right now, if you want to know what happened a little bit in the past. And please do consider the work and the research that we do by becoming a paying member of our group. We would really appreciate you investing in us so we can continue and improve on the quality of the content that we make every single day. Thank you, goodbye, and God bless.